Hello there, Speed Duel players. Welcome back to another tournament review. Today we're doing Speed Duel Showdown 180. These tournaments are held every Sunday evening on DuelingBook, so maybe next week you could be one of the players in this event. We have 7 players, so that means I have 6 matches for you guys. And the first match is going to be Dank Memes versus Katja. Katja, as usual, on Winged Dragon of Ra. And Dank Memes on, the Battle City Bestie deck. Lots of Monarchs in this variant. And the Joker's Knight engine. Katja going for the first turn Jinzo. Dank Memes is gonna summon King's Knight. Gonna try to attack over the Jinzo with the help of Book of Moon, but it gets stopped with Katja's Book of Moon. So in the end phase, Dank Memes does get to draw a card of Battle City Bestie. Katja draws and puts back Sphere Mode. And gets Tribe Infecting Virus. Dank Memes unfortunately only has the Monarchs in hand. And Katja is gonna try to attack for game. But at the start of the battle phase, Offerings to the Doomed takes out Jinzo, and Quaking Mirror Force is gonna take care of the Metal Reflect Slime. Katja summons the Reactor Slime. But Dank Memes only gets Monarchs. Luckily, Katja has no offensive pressure, so the game is still going on. But Katja finally has the Millennium Revelation. It's gonna pitch Ra to summon to add back Monster Reborn. Activates it, targeting Jinzo. And that is gonna put Dank Memes in a position where he has to use a back row. But yeah. Drawing the Quaking Mirror Force. Always, when the opponent has a Jinzo, you're gonna draw all of the traps. Game number 2. Katja starting off by putting back Winged Dragon of Ra. And normal summoning the Reactor Slime. Dank Memes, unfortunately, no monsters. There is a Swords of Revealing Light, but yeah. Now we're gonna see Medora try to attack the Reactor Slime, but it's gonna get hit with Book of Moon. Katja gonna tribute 3 monsters to summon Winged Dragon of Ra, activating the effect, and in response, Sol and Luna gets used. I believe that's how the players are resolving it after some discussion. Yeah. Dank Memes drawing Joker's Knight, but already had the King's Knight in hand. It's a bit of a brick. And Dank Memes is going to use Book of Moon to keep it alive, protected from Offerings. Katja flip summons Winged Dragon of Ra, but immediately gets flipped face down by Sol and Luna. And now we're gonna see Dank Memes get Joker's Knight into rotation. And Katja is like 1 card short from getting the combo here, looks like. Yeah. That means Drill Void will get in for 16. Joker's Knight gets in for 2000, but Book of Moon flipping the Metal Reflect Slime face down. Yeah. So it's going to be 1-1. Heading into the 3rd game. And Katja going first has an excellent opening hand. Assuming they're on 2 copies of Monster Reborn. I'm not sure whether they are. They're going to put Ra back and just set some back row. Dank Memes has the King's Knight. But Katja will protect her life points with Book of Moon. Next up, Katja drawing the Phoenix mode, but putting it back to draw the Reactor Slime. So that's gonna summon out tokens. Night Memes will tribute the King's Knight for Joker's Knight, getting it into rotation. So it's a bit awkward when you draw the King's Knight, but luckily Dank Memes has been able to put it to use. Katya again tributing 3 monsters, summoning Ra and paying 1000 life points to clear the Joker's Knight, but now in the end phase Joker's Knight will add itself back to the hand. Dank Memes with the Breaker, the Magical Warrior. Let's see, first he's gonna use the Joker's Knight and tribute it for Grandmark. Okay. Now Ra adds 1500 attack points, so that's gonna be 900 points of damage. And the end phase, the Joker's Knight returns to the hand. Katya drawing Foolish Burial, so yeah, that's not gonna help her out. And Dank Memes moves on to the next game. Here we're gonna see X Tower, who is on Whale of a Tail, versus Username, who is on Moki Moki Crystal Beasts. That's a combo I haven't seen yet, but yeah. Username starting things off with the Sapphire Pegasus for the Ruby. And I think there is some interaction here, because a Ruby Carbuncle is also a Light Fairy. I'm not sure how that works, but yeah. We're gonna see Fortress Will's Oath being activated. So yeah, Fortress Will gets summoned. Looks like Fortress Will is gonna try to attack the Sapphire Pegasus, but Crystal Conclave is activated, and now Username discovers that your opponent cannot target face-up water monsters you control with spell traps or effects. So it's just gonna have to take the damage here. Sapphire Pegasus gets destroyed by battle, so Crystal Conclave will special summon Ruby Carbuncle from the deck, which summons another Ruby Carbuncle from the spell and trap zones. Let's see. Are we gonna see Moki Moki Adrift in action? It's normal summoned. And now we're gonna see Moki Moki Madness, the Lebowski skill of Belowski, rather. If all monsters you control are Moki Moki, effect monsters can attack at the turn you are summoned. If you have 2 or more fairy monsters, you can place the Moki Moki continuous spell, and then you have to destroy a monster you control. So yeah, Ruby Carbuncle, as I pointed out, is a light fairy. So that will be destroyed by the skill, and that triggers Moki Moki Smackdown. A fairy was destroyed, so Moki Moki monsters... or rather, Moki Moki will become 3000 attack, and Adrift always becomes Moki Moki on the field. Conclave doesn't trigger because Ruby Carbuncle was destroyed by a skill. So unfortunate, but yeah. And the end phase, Moki Moki Adrift goes back to 300. Play is back to X Tower, who used the skill to add Fortress Will's Oath. And here Crystal Conclave is gonna bounce back the Senju. And Username is just gonna attack with the manly Moki Moki Adrift. Galaxy Cyclone is gonna hit the Mystical Space Typhoon. The grave effect of Galaxy Cyclone... yeah, I think you can only activate one of those effects and not both. Anyways, it might not even matter. Because here is the Fortress Will's Oath, ritual summoning the Fortress Will, so Moki Moki gets destroyed. And Username just gonna set some cards. And yeah, this Fortress Will's Oath being protected is pretty good. Yeah, Whale of a Tail, a House of a Skill. So yeah, Crystal Conclave resolves by targeting the own cards. Swords of Revealing Light. Yeah, that doesn't target, so that is going to protect the username for a few turns. X-Tower drawing a few very good cards. We're finally going to see Sapphire Pegasus again, placing Ruby Carbuncle from the graveyard. You can do that. And here we're going to see some of the best cards in Speed Duel in X-Tower's hand. But there's another source of Revealing Light. Maybe Swords is the best card of Speed Duel. Username drawing the regular Moki Moki. And if username has a third Swords, they might just write that to victory. But yeah, doesn't look like it. Crystal Raigeki gonna take out the Armed Dragon White. But X-Tower has another copy, so we'll be able to summon that. Has the White Veil. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, the Armed Dragon White with the White Veil is going to be able to attack over the Sapphire Pegasus. But Pegasus doesn't go to the graveyard. But that's not required for White Veil. The skill only works if all monsters you control are Moki Mokis, but that's not the case. So unfortunately, username's board gets wiped here, but X-Tower still in the danger zone of going deck out. But Armed Dragon level 10 White popping the face down is gonna allow X-Tower to attack directly. So Whale of a Tail putting up a good showing versus a Crystal Beast Moki Moki. X-Tower starting things off with Senju. And here is Waking the Dragon. That's gonna be a big card in this game. Alright, time to cook, X-Tower says. So he's gonna add Fortress Will and the Ritual Spell with pre-prep. He's gonna discard one of the extra ritual spells for the Melody of Awakening Dragon. So we're gonna see some big plays here. Yep, Fortress Will's Oath summons that out. Special summons another White. White is gonna attack Sapphire Pegasus. And White is gonna target the Ruby Carbuncle, not the mysterious set card. No, it's not that much damage. Yeah, username Harry having some math problems, but he's getting through it. Setting Moki Moki, unfortunately, it's not gonna do it, right? Although he's very manly, X-Tower is able to win the duel here. But yeah, very interesting deck concept. Love to see it. It's not an interaction I would have come up with, but congrats on username for finding that out. There's definitely some cooking to be done there with that idea. Next up, we're gonna see Offended versus Game Brain. Game Brain also on Moki Moki, and Offended being on Machina Neospatians. Machina Neospatians. You heard it here first. Switcheroo is going to be the skill of choice, so I'm going to be able to put the Machina Peacekeeper back into the deck. Game Brain starting things off with 3 back row. The Tornado is going to hit the Quaking Mirror Force. And Offended is once again going to use the Switcheroo to put back the Grand Mole. And it's going to set a cross border. In the end phase, Game Brain uses Swamp Mirror, going to summon it as an Earth Fairy. So here we see Game Brain's take on Moki Moki. normal summon Moki Moki Adrift, and then using the skill to place a smackdown and then destroy a fairy. Hey, that works. Moki Moki Adrift with 3000's gonna attack into trap hole with spikes, but if I'm reading the skill correctly, if all monsters you control are Moki Moki, effect monsters cannot attack the turn they are summoned. So I don't think this Adrift would have been able to attack, right? Or am I missing something? Oh. Anyway, this is how the players are proceeding with the game. Offended is gonna summon Tribe Infecting Virus. Cross Porter and Tribe are gonna attack for 2000 damage. Game Brain gonna normal summon Medora, who does gain attack of the fairy being in the graveyard, so it can attack over the Tribe Infecting Virus, but that triggers the Calcifidia in the hand when an earth monster is destroyed. Gets special summoned out and attacks over the Tribe, but in the damage step. Shrink, but Chain with Paleozoic Eldonia, one of the barely played Paleozoic monsters, and somehow the attack is gonna be 18. I assume Shrink resolves first, and then Eldonia is activated. That must be how they're reasoning it, right? Anyway, we're gonna see Machina Peacekeeper. What is he doing here? He gets normal summoned, then Cross Porter activates, but he lets you summon a Neospatian from the hand, not from the deck. I presume players are gonna, catch that mistake. So return the Grand Mole to the deck, return the Peacekeeper to the field. Now everything is legal. Calcifidia gonna attack Peacekeeper, and that gets to add Gearframe. Some of my favorite Edison format cards. Offended is gonna put back. But switcheroo is only twice per duel. So Offended has to try to set some monsters to survive here. I'm not sure what the Machina package is doing here, but then again, I'm not sure what Offended's deck is about. Cross Porter gonna add the Grand Mole, Calcifidia gonna attack directly, and Swamp Mirror being summoned in the battle phase is gonna be enough to attack for game. We are gonna see an opening hand without monsters for Game Brain. Offended does have the Foolish Burial to send Cross Porter to grab Grand Mole. Is gonna use Switcheroo to put back Cross Porter and draw Machina Gearframe, which adds Machina Peacekeeper in Speed Duel format. No Fortress here. Offended gonna just attack with the Gearframe. Canadia is gonna flip it face down, so it's a Moki Moki Paleozoic Earth Fairy pile. Rolls right off the tongue. Foolish Burial is gonna send Cross Porter, so adds Neospatian Grand Mole. And the Gearframe is not gonna connect. Quaking Mirror Force is activated. Chain Paleozoic Canadia. And that Canadia will be able to attack over the Gearframe. Breaker normal summons, destroys the Quaking Mirror Force, and attacking the Canadia, but in the damage step there is Eldonia. Yeah, that is going to work. So Offended able to attack over the Paleozoic. And here, Game Brain could flip up Medora and crash. But he's gonna... Yeah, because he knew about the Grand Mole, so... Breaker will be getting in directly. And here is Smackdown, but there's no Moki Moki Adrift. Dust Tornado takes out the Smackdown as well, so tough times. Switch through, putting back the Peacekeeper. And here we see the combo of the deck. Dogoran and Grand Mole. Yep, that is going to work nicely. Game Brain only had a few hundred life points. In the end phase, Midora is going to put back the Quakings. And he indeed draws one of them. So that works out perfectly for him. So now this field is going to run into Quaking, chilling to Paleozoic Eldonia to return from the graveyard. And Kelbeck is drawn. Kelbeck is yeah, the Wall of Illusion type card. You know, legendary Jujutsu Master. Not entirely, no. But it's going to be tributed for Dogoran. Grand Mole is summoned, so Offended gets his play going. And I think that's just going to be the story for the next few turns, right? Oh no! Dogoran Tribute Summon. Attacking over the Eldonia. And here's Moki Moki, but no Adrift, no Smackdown. Maybe Game Brain is only on one Smackdown. That's very possible. Midora gets destroyed, so Calcifidia is going to be able to special summon itself from the hand. Midora puts back Kelbeck and Quaking, and here is Moki Moki Adrift. But yeah, nothing Game Brain can get going with that. So yeah, there is no new Quaking Mirror Force, so yeah, that is going to be game for Offended, who is on a Machina Neospatians. Game Brain gonna start off this game pretty passively, just some set cards. Cyber Dragon runs into Quaking. Bluff setting the Smackdown. But Offended has a Tribe Infecting Virus, so let's see. Switcheroo is gonna activate, putting back the Breaker. Drawing the Grand Mole. Tribe takes out the Fairy. And then is gonna run into Swamp Mirror. Which is also an Earth Fairy. Yeah, as they're pointing out, Speed Tool follows the current Master Rule. So, yeah, Swamp Mirror doesn't take up a space in a Spell Trap Zone anymore. Dust Tornado on Quaking, Breaker on Eldonia. But Tribe is gonna take it out. Breaker and Tribe get in directly. In the end phase, Midora is gonna put back the two Quakings. And draw a Swords of Revealing Light. So, yeah, we'll be here for a bit. Game Brain has the Moki Moki. Now, I think he needs one more Fairy. Here is Kelbeck, but yeah, not going for the skill yet. Offended Mystical Space Typhoon. Destroying the Swamp Mirror. And Breaker attacking into the Kelbeck. That is gonna put back the Breaker. Does it have to? Yeah. That's a minor inconvenience. Here is the effect of Moki Moki Adrift. So gonna discard itself to add Moki Moki. Swords of Revealing Light is gonna protect Game Brain for a bit, although Breaker is gonna take that out. And Offended is just gonna keep looping his breaker by attacking it into the Kelbeck. Game Brain might be going for deck out here. And Quaking is or should I say Waking is gonna get hit without any room. Normal summon Medora and not attacking. So looks like Game Brain is going for the deck out. Now Breaker is gonna attack over the Moki Moki. In the end phase, Medora puts back Kelbeck and Waking. And draws the Waking. So just setting it and passing turn. Let's see, Offended is a daring man. Is gonna pop the Waking. And going for Cyber Blader. And whenever she has 3 opposing monsters, the opponent's activated card's effects are negated. So Tribe Affecting Virus cannot clear this. Here Game Brain chains Eldonia to the grave effect of Waking Dragon, but that doesn't work. I believe Paleozoic needs to be responded to the activation of a trap card on the field, not a trap effect. Luckily, Offended has one of the few outs against the Cyberblader, namely the Dogoran. And Offended is getting really low on deck count, but still not using Tribe. That's spicy. Game Brain has the Submarinoid. Still not using Tribe. Am I missing something? Yeah, I'm not really understanding why Tribe Affecting Virus wasn't used. But yeah, Game Brain takes it with the Moki Moki Earth Fairy pile. Next up is my match. I had the buy in top 8 since we only had 7 players and I'm on coins, while Dank Memes is on the Joker's Monarch deck. It's gonna special summon out the Joker's Knights. I'm gonna summon Twin Barrel Dragon and use my skill, pay half my life points to pop the back row. Dank has Mobius, gonna destroy both my back row. I'm gonna chain both Waboku and enemy controller. Dank Memes draws in the end phase and is gonna use his Joker's Knight. Then immediately gonna use Offerings to the Doomed to prevent me from OTK. I'm gonna once again pay half my life points to successfully resolve Twin Barrel Dragon and attack for 17. Dank has to skip the draw phase, but is gonna special summon the Joker's Knight. So I'm getting pretty low on life points, but here I thought the Owner's Seal, so I'm gonna give my opponent the Dogoran, then take it back with the Owner's Seal. So cheeky little tech from my side. Let's see game number 2. I have a bit of a weak opening. Cyber Dragon and Breaker get summoned. Swords is used, so my Dyna Tank is face down. And here Breaker targets my Waboku, and I chain it, because if Dank has Offerings to the Doomed, I'm in trouble. He doesn't, so that's yeah, a misjudgment from my side. So Dank Memes gets the extra draw. Here I have a Twin Barrel Dragon. I'm gonna destroy the swords using half my life points as a resource, and then use Dyna Tank to summon the, or rather the Dyna Base to summon the Dyna Tank. Yeah, it has 3000 attack points. I'll be fixing that in a bit. And unfortunately Dank Memes has the Book of Moon, So I'm not going to be able to just steal this game here. Dank Memes has the Drillroids, but yeah. Here we're just going to have to stall it out for a bit. My skill has worn out. But here's Cup of Ace, but I'm gonna keep it for a later point in the duel. I wanna, you know, push with the Cup of Ace. So here we're gonna see Twin Barrel Dragon, of course, getting a Tails. Now I'm gonna Cup of Ace, and this one is heads, so I'm gonna draw 2 cards, 2 good ones. Nightbeam is gonna snipe the Book of Moon. And here I almost had game, but a Quaking Mirror Force, ruining my day. I do want to get rid of this Grand Mark, because this Grand Mark can attack over my fusion, and then its effect won't trigger. So I'm forced to use a double enemy controller on those. And Dank just has a Jinzo, which is going to be a big card. Dynatank destroying my face down. Offerings to the Doomed is gonna take out the Dogoran that I summon off Dynatank. And yeah, just attacking directly. So yeah, I lose game number 2. Game number 3 was a pretty long one, I remember. Dank starting off with the Joker's Knights. And has the Sol and Luna. Sol and Luna, pretty good card against this deck. Yeah, it is gonna be chained. I'm not gonna pay to pop. Yeah. Breaker gets normal summoned. I do chain my Wabaku. And here, it's a bit of a mistake. Dank Memes is not attacking my Twin Barrel Dragon. So I get to flip it face up again. And it does work on flip summon. We both kind of missed that. Yeah, here I make a misplay. I do pay to destroy the Sol and Luna, which wasn't good, because I do have the Cup of Ace already to pay and get my life points lower. So this Twin Barrel Dragon, I just have to Raw Dog. And of course I miss. Let's see if I had hit it. If I hadn't paid with the first one, the second one would have been able to destroy the set Breaker with its effect, and it would have only been 3/7 attack with the enemy controller. So yeah, definitely a misplay from my side. Joker's Knight and Drill Void will clear my monsters, and yeah, still not looking good. I have to use Fissure on Drill Void so I can safely set the Dyna base. Cyber Dragon will attack the Dyna base in the end phase. Joker's Knight is added back to the hand. And yeah, my draws are not helping me out. I need a Dogoran at this point, but I'm not drawing it. Cyber Dragon attacking into the second Dyna base. I'm lucky there's no Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon in Speed Duel. I Owner Seal the Dogoran back. Gonna try to attack over the Cyber Dragon, but get hit with Book of Moon. Very unfortunate. Here I have to use Wabaku to keep my Dogoran around. And here I am gonna go for the Fusion Summon. I have the Twin Barrel Dragon, gonna try to snipe the back row. No response, but of course, Tails again. Not my lucky day, not my lucky day. And on top of that, the Quaking just puts my guy's face down. I do have another Dogoran, but yeah, I cannot flip summon. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to pass here. Grandmark targets the face down Offerings to the Doomed. I am gonna chain it because otherwise my fusion gets run over by battle. And here I'm starting to see deck out as a potential win condition. I have to skip a draw phase. But Medora, yeah, Medora is gonna make it difficult to win through deck out. Drillroid declares an attack, and on declaration, the Medora activates targeting my Dogoran, so I'm gonna have to chain the enemy controller, stealing the Cyber Dragon and staying alive for the turn. And here I have the Dyna base, and I can once again fusion summon the Dyna tank. So I'm gonna have to ride this guy to victory. And Dank Memes not having any outs to it. So we're just gonna pass and pass a bit. Nightbeam takes out the Quaking, so I can start attacking. And here I'm gonna forward a bit. It's getting close. I do have to keep in mind Joker's Knight putting back cards. So I know this set card was tribute set, so there's a good chance of that just being Joker's Knight. And here I draw a Cup of Ace, so I could go for the 50-50. Offering stakes out my fusion. Breaker is gonna snipe enemy controller. But here we have a Book of Moon, so Joker's Knight can attack over my Dogoran. Luckily I switched Breaker to defense mode, so yeah, nothing there. And yeah, here I'm gonna misplay. I'm gonna throw this one super hard. I forgot about Offerings to the Doomed being active, so I just paused the turn. Yeah, if I had seen that, I had to play a Cup of Ace, which I'm immediately gonna point out. But let's see, on the Cup of Ace, I had the tails, so I would have made Dank Memes lose because he could no longer draw. So very unfortunate through this one, but Dank Memes is moving on to the finals. Next match, the other top 4 match, we're gonna see X Tower versus Game Brain. So it's gonna be Whale of a Tail versus Moki Moki. X Tower starting off with Preparation of Rites to add Fortress Wheel and the Ritual spell. So he is on 2 copies of that at least. He's gonna use the Ritual spell tributing Armed Dragon level 10 white to summon the Fortress Whale. X Tower flipping up his skill, so discarding a card to add Fortress Whale. Fortress Whale gonna attack over the gonna attack over the Kelbeck and destroying it, so White Veil takes out all of the back row. But on the plus side, Kelbeck did bounce back the Fortress Wheel, so yeah, and 3000 damage because White Veil is no longer on the field. So now X Tower just needs a good monster, but it is gonna be a good monster. It's gonna be the Melody of Awakening Dragon. You know, special summon that out, and we're back to 1000. Moki Moki Adrift, although he's very manly, he's not the real Moki Moki, so he's not gonna save the day. Unfortunately, Armed Dragon level 10 white destroys the Moki Moki Adrift while face down, so yeah. Anyway, we're going on to game 2. Game Brain gonna start off with Submarine Roid for 800 damage. Galaxy Cyclone gonna take out the Quaking Mirror Force. Not Awaken the Dragon, of course, that would have been too good. Anyway, here is Melody of Awakening Dragon. Gonna special summon the Armed Dragon level 10 white, adding the White Veil. Whale of a Tail is used, discarding the White Veil to add Fortress Whale. And immediately gonna summon that out with the Ritual spell. Fortress Wheel attacks over the Submarine Roid. Arm Dragon level 10 white attacking. And X-Star points out, my previous opponent also played Moki Moki with Waking the Dragon, so no effect. Game Brain sets Moki Moki, and that's a crucial mistake. You have to summon the Moki Moki and intimidate the opponent. Anyway, Canadia is gonna flip the Armed Dragon face down, and Fortress Wheel attacks over the Moki Moki. It's because it was a face down. If it was face up, the Fortress Wheel wouldn't have dared to attack. X-Tower is gonna win this duel. Yeah, Game Brain has the swords, but yeah, it's not gonna work out for him. So we are moving on to the finals. We have a Whale of a Tail versus Monarchs. Oh, we are losing music for a bit. Aha, it's back. So Dank Meme's gonna start off setting the King's Knight. X-Tower with one of the big advantage cards. Pre-prep of Rights. Gonna summon Sonic Bird. Adding Fortress Wheel's Oath. And is gonna use that, tributing the Arm Dragon level 10 white to bring out the Fortress Wheel. The big one. And looks like X-Tower hadn't flipped up his skill yet, so Fortress Wheel will be able to be targeted. King's Knight attacks over the Sonic Bird. Galaxy Cyclone takes out the Sol and Luna. And now the skill is used, so now Fortress Wheel cannot be targeted. And X-Tower is gonna attack for a bunch of damage. Yeah, Joker's Knight is drawn, but King's Knight was in the graveyard, not in the deck. Anyway, X-Tower has to start this one. It's just gonna set a card, and Dank Memes once again drawing the King's Knight. It's not what you want to see, but maybe he can get something going. X-Tower is gonna use Galaxy Cyclone. Book of Moon is chained to flip the King's Knight face down. And pre-preparation of Rights gonna put in work. Whale of a Tail gonna put in work. We're gonna see Armed Dragon level 10 white being tributed to summon the Whale. But the Whale is gonna get hit with Quaking Mirror Force. Normal summon Medora, and is gonna use it to put back the Armed Dragon level 10 white as well as the back row cards. Senju gets to attack King's Knight, but can't get over it. And X-Tower is gonna lose the Senju as well as some life points. But yeah, this Fortress Wheel just sitting there with the 2150 defense. So now maybe X-Tower can make a comeback with the Armed Dragon level 10 white. It's gonna attack over the Joker's Knight, but yeah, another Quaking Mirror Force. And X-Tower has seen enough. It's gonna scoop it up, and we're going into a game 3. And Dank Memes, of course, drawing the King's Knight again. Man. We're gonna see pre-preparation of Rights being activated. So that's a plus. We're gonna see Sonic Bird, that's also a plus. And Whale of a Tail is also gonna be a very good card here. Gonna Ritual Summon Fortress Whale, attacking over the King's Knight. And it's super unfortunate that the King's Knight was drawn, because yeah, you're nothing that Dank Memes can do. So X-Tower on Whale of a Tail, finally winning Speed Duel Showdown. Guys, I was Ryan Ellis. Thank you for watching, and make sure to like this video and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Bye.